Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be continuing the no item run challenge. Well, I mean, technically speaking, I just do it all the time now with whatever events and that come out, but we're going to be taking a look at the no item run for the movie Heroes category. I decided to go for, I don't want to say a different build, but just something a bit interesting, or at least I felt was interesting. So in this build we're going to be running the Tapion and Minotia LR alongside the AGL Tapion, because I just find them to be a really fun pairing, to be honest with you. Then we're going to be running the Dragon Ball Path to Power movie Goku alongside the Goten and Goten and Trunks kid, because again, just something I think could be a pretty fun pairing. Then we're going to float the Tech God units, and then we're also going to be running Piker on. So, pretty cool team. Basically just a lot of fun, really. Nothing too extensive or too out there, just some fun combos. I really like Goten and Trunks. I honestly think they're just a really good unit. They just came out at a weird time, and they suffer from, weirdly enough, some really strange key issues that actually prevent them from functioning really well as a unit. So, like, their big thing is basically they have a great chance of additional attack and defense, and then they get an additional key attack and defense and evasion chance with every attack evaded. But then you need to use their active skill to evade all those attacks, which can only be activated from the third turn, as long as there's another Trunks kid or Goten kid. What they need, like, to make that unit function perfectly was if they had included the ability to use a Krillin unit, which would have been better, and B, if they create like just a tanky Goten and Trunks or Krillin card that then this one can then feed off of. That would have been probably the best utilization of them as a unit. I don't think they will eventually get there, but they can do some pretty cool, I mean, considering, like, at least for me, when they came out, the time when they came out, they can do some pretty nutty attack stats, and they're still really, really solid, and they raise the allies' attack by 30% with their unit super attack. I find it to be very interesting. They're a very fun, very cool unit, and I just enjoy using them. So I'm going to be using them alongside Goku. Goku's obviously going to provide them with support. Goku's great, creates rainbow orbs. We all know Dragon Ball Path to Power Goku is an incredibly powerful unit and just incredibly useful, and has like a ton of utility whilst also just being a great damage dealer. Really, really good when it comes to his own performance, stat wise, attack wise, defense wise. Very, very strong unit, especially for the original Super Battle Road. With Goku, we don't need a designated first slot tank on this rotation. We probably would for the ESBR. On the other rotation, we have the AGL Tapion, just a great unit, does a lot of things really well, but mainly the 50% damage reduction, attack of 80% when HP is 50% or less, attack and defense of 120%, lowering attack and defense on the super, which is super helpful. And then he shares some really awesome links with the Tapion and Minotia. They share Hero, they share Experienced Fighters, which is huge, they share Brainiacs, and they also share, I believe, Fierce Battle and Solid Sport. So they share some really strong links. Hero is super strong, Brainiacs is super strong, Experienced Fighters is super strong. Tapion and Minotia are obviously great alongside him, very similar to kind of like the Strength Turles alongside the AGL Turles. They greatly raise their attack for one turn on their 18 key. They have attack and defense of 130%. They give storied figures, 20% attack and defense, siblings bond characters, another 20% attack and defense. They have a medium chance of launching an additional super attack when performing an ultra super attack. And then they reduce damage received by 13% within the same turn with each super attack performed, which is really quite good. So if you get their ultra super attack, you can actually fire up to 3 super attacks in a turn, which would give you 39% damage reduction, which is really honestly not bad at all. And it's good. It's really good, really nice kind of defensive capabilities that they have, especially when you couple it with how well they link with Tapion. It's just, for me, they thrive really well with a dupe because then you have access to that third super attack and also additional stats, which just kind of pushes them up the narrative a little bit. Then as the friend in our lead, we're using the God Boys, the 2 tech God Boys, who are really honestly quite good. Movie Saga lead or Movie Heroes leads come out by Harley. They raise attack and defense on their 18 and their 12 key. They got the entrance animation, the guard for 1 turn. They do a lot of decent damage. We can use the transformation, but we won't be needing to. And just overall, they're just very solid. They're a fun lead to use. We could use other ones, of course, but I just find them to be quite fun. And they're a lot of consistent, and because of the way their key mechanics work, they don't need a ton of orbs to be viable. Like, they don't need a lot of orbs to really be viable, so I just find them to be really good. And then finally we have Paikuhan, who's just a solid unit. Superclass support, which is great, with 3 or more type key spheres, key +4, high chance of evading the enemy's attack, and seals the enemy's attack with a rainbow key sphere. We also have his active skill if need be, although we won't be using that so much, but the big thing is his support capabilities and things like that. I think overall it's just really, really good from that perspective. So yeah, I think the fights themselves aren't too bad. A lot of multi-target fights here, so if you are obviously being concerned, you should bring units with guard or evasion. Tapion tends to tank quite well, Goku tends to tank quite well. We have enough damage in the second slots with Tapion and Minotia and the God Boys. So I think overall just the team works pretty fine. Paikuhan also works quite fine. You saw Goku tank like 3 super attacks there pretty well. So overall everything went about as well as you probably expect. Your biggest issue is getting Tapion and Minotia key. That's just one of the things they suffer with, unfortunately. And then of course, like I said, the big issue with the Goten and Trunks unit is obviously highlighting that they need key. But Goku kind of solves that with all the rainbow orbs he makes. But yeah, that's it. That's basically it for this run. It was pretty fun, nothing too crazy, but just a lot of fun to run with. And yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you've done this, what team you use or what team you like using. And yeah, but that's basically gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So as always, bye.